Where we at with it? It's your boy Jangma, and today, yeah, I just like it fully hit me, y'all. The NBA season, it's over. Like, where do we go from here? Fortunately, if you are an NBA junkie like me, y'all know the off season is the best part of the season. And today, I'm gonna be doing a mock draft, giving y'all guys what I think is gonna happen in the draft. I'm not gonna do any trades. I absolutely do think there'll be trades in the draft, but I'm gonna talk about it more in the draft itself while I'm like running through it. Other than that, though, if you got any more video ideas, let me know. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's get it. Alright, so to get it started, I'm going to be doing this on Draft Baller / Data Baller. Great site, please check it out. I know it's going to have this like crazy ass analytical view, so if you're into analytics, feel free to enjoy. But like, I ain't going to do all that, truth be told. First pick, I'm going AJ Debonta. I don't think there needs to be much thought about it. Clearly best player in the draft, in my opinion at least. If you say Peterson is the best or Boozer's the best, shit, if you even say Caleb Wilson's the best, I'm not going to argue with you. But I think the consensus is on AJ Debonta, and I feel like the Wizards are pretty sold on him. Unless they got like a crazy trade package from like the Jazz or something. So, on to pick 2. Pick 2, I have them taking Darren Peterson. Now, what about Cam Boozer? Cam Boozer's a great player, don't get me wrong. He has connections with the Jazz, and his dad played for the Jazz. I'm pretty sure Carlos Boozer himself works with the Jazz right now. So there's no question in my mind where like they're not heavily considering him for that pick. But I think between him, Caleb Wilson, and Peterson, I think Peterson is the most talented. I think they'll definitely need more guard play next year. Compared to like their front court, they're gonna have JJJ, Walker Kessler, Lauri Markkanen. They also have Ace Bailey. He could play anywhere from the 2 to maybe small ball 4. So they have a lot of bigger options. I think they're gonna go with the guard, add some more backcourt creation, add some just more creativity in the backcourt in general next to Keontae George and Collier. And I think that's gonna be a really scary team next year. So Peterson is my pick. Pick 3, we're going with Cam Boozer. I don't know, man. It's just something about this like pick. It just like it fits like a glove. No OJ. The grit and grind culture of Memphis. Cam Boozer's grit and grind play. He gets it done doing the dirty work. Averages. He could walk in the NBA be like a walking 2010 player. That's how good he is. Like honestly. And I think him with that team, Cedric Howard, Zach Edey, that is very exciting. Jalen Wells, shit. Even if Josh stays, Lord knows what's gonna happen to him this offseason. But I feel like with him, that'd be a very exciting team, and I think he'd be the best player for the Grizzlies. Don't put past Caleb Wilson though. I would still heavily consider Caleb Wilson here at 3, but I don't think he's gonna go there. Which means the Bulls will obviously take Caleb Wilson at 4. Cleaned up their whole front office. Hired new guys. They actually hired Tiago Splitter as their coach today, which I kind of like. I can't lie. Decent player development, and he's away from Portland. But Caleb Wilson, let's talk about him and the Bulls. They are incentivizing SLAP. Now, if you don't know what SLAP is... What the fuck is SLAP? It means size, length, athleticism, and productivity. And or physicality. Wow. Caleb Wilson, in my mind, crosses all of those things off the board. He's 6'11". He moves crazy, and he'd be such a great fit. Not only does he fit that model, but he'd just be a great fit alongside Matas, Noah Asenge. He's coming back from his injury. He didn't play at all his rookie year. They have another pick in the lottery, not the lottery, but at 15 too, which I think is very exciting. I think it'd be a great fit as well, like with Giddey as point guard. I feel like they're also a potential trade-up team, not from 4, but just, later in the draft, I feel like they could trade up. And overall, I just think it's a pretty good fit, and he would be loved there. And you were watching this video, appreciate it. 2, y'all don't really deserve. I can't say that because y'all did the trade, y'all lucked out. It's luck in the lottery, man. But y'all got that aspiration tree stuff going on, paying Kawhi under the table. I don't know what y'all got going on, but hopefully y'all can use this pick before the NBA punish y'all. Either way, I feel like the best fit here would be Keaton Wagler, and honestly, he's arguably my favorite player on the board left on right now. I could see them going with center, maybe Amara or Steinbach. I honestly think they'll trade out the pick, and there's going to be a couple other teams I think that will trade out as well. But I think if they don't trade out, they're going to go Wagler. He's going to fit nicely next to DG. He's going to fit nicely next to Kawhi. It's just like, I don't really know what their plan is. Are they going to like build for the now or play and like try to win, which I don't think the roster itself isn't really capable of, or just kind of do the two timelines thing. I'm a little confused on what the Clippers are gonna do, but I absolutely think Wagler would be the best player to pick there. Maybe center, maybe Michael Brown, but I think they'll go with him. Nets. This is kind of where like a monkey wrench gets thrown into like my draft ideology, because like this is like when the influx of guards start to arrive, and it's a very deep point guard class. Problem is, the Nets took like 3 guards last year, like Yegor Denham, Seraph, Nolan Traore, all point guards. And they took Drake Powell as well, who's like a kind of a combo guard / wing. So 4 guards, honestly, and it's tough because like the best players on the board are guards. But I could also see them being a potential trade out candidate. But at the same time, you got to go for talent at the end of the day. And I think the best fit in my eyes would be Kingston Flemings. Now, I know that like, you know, why not Michael Brown, or because Michael Brown got the size. I think Kingston Flemings is like the best of both worlds for between Michael Brown and Darius Acuff Jr. Acuff doesn't really have the size, and Michael Brown, I don't want to say he has the injury concerns, but I think Kingston Flemings has the ability to be a true point guard that the Brooklyn Nets need, and I think he'll be a perfect fit there. But to be honest with you, I have no idea what they're gonna do at 6. 7, we got the Kings. Also, quick shout out, Mikal Bridges. He went crazy on that live. If you know, you know, but it seemed like he needed that, bro. He had all the motivational songs playing in the background. He had Coldplay going. He had that K-Dot, that Count Me Out. I know how that feel, man. But back to the video. 7, Kings are going with Acuff, 1000%. It's a well-known. The Kings want Acuff. Everybody knows that, and I think they're gonna do whatever it takes. I think they'd be willing to trade up for Acuff, honestly. But with such a plethora of good point guards here, they're going to just kind of take their pick at the end of the day. But I think they're going to want Acuff. He has superstar potential. He could easily be the next, like, 30-point per game elite, or solid to a potentially elite playmaker. His defense is lacking, of course, but hopefully the Kings, if Acuff does hit that ceiling, hopefully the Kings can build a team around him. But knowing that Sacramento history, we'll see. I'm rooting for Kings fans, though. They need something to be excited about. So I personally hope he goes there. But number 8, we got the Atlanta Hawks. They are another trade-out team. They've been in rumors for Giannis. They've been in rumors, like, even if Giannis goes to, like, Boston, it's a potential that JB could be shipped out to Atlanta as a 3rd team. Their biggest position of need here is point guard, for sure. I don't know if they're going to bring back CJ McCollum. I don't know if they're going to draft a point guard. They'd obviously would have the choice here. I also have seen them going center here. And Mara is a really good center. Also signed back too. But as much as they need guard, I feel like they want to have a center to go next to Double O and Jalen Johnson. And as much as I want to go with Michael Brown, if the Hawks are trying to compete immediately, a rookie point guard is probably not going to have as much impact as a rookie center, especially one of Mara's caliber. So I'm going to go with Ade Mara. Now, like I keep saying, they could go point guard. It could really go either way. But Mara adds that just an extra level of defense that the Hawks were missing, especially in the later part of the year. I feel like that would just becomes a more well-rounded team with Mara, and I think I like it. I think it's a good fit. At 9, we have Dallas. I'm going to go with Michael Brown here. And here's why. The Mavericks are also in the market for a point guard. I don't know if Kyrie's going to stay. I could easily see him staying. I could also easily see him being traded to a team like the Timberwolves. Kyrie is or isn't there. I believe Michael Brown is going to be such a huge, like, I think he has future point guard potential. He's talked about how he loves Dallas and he would like to be in Dallas. Of course, you know, these prospects don't really ever get to choose where they want to go, hence like Ace Bailey last year. I think he'd be such a good fit in Dallas. I really do like his long-term potential, as long as there's no real injury concerns. I think that year of Kyrie helping him and teaching him, if he does stay, is going to be super beneficial to his development. And overall, I see him being such a good fit. I think he could be like a 1B next to Cooper Flag if he hits the ceiling, of course. So I think the Mavs stay put and get a really nice pick. Number 10, the Bucks. They might have another lottery pick, honestly, if that Giannis to Miami trade goes through. They might even have one from the Hawks, depending on how that trade works. But number 10, if the Bucks are going to be rebuilding, it really does feel like the Giannis saga is finally coming to an end after years now. I think they're going to go BPA, but they're also going to go a younger player. So I don't see them going Lendenberg. They could go Steinbeck, but I really think they'll be kind of leaning towards a guard. Yeah, I think the Bucks will go Burries. I just talked myself into it. But Braden Burries, he's a nice combo guard. He's gonna get a lot of touches over there in Milwaukee, especially with no Giannis. He'll be getting a lot of playing time next to Ryan Rollins, and he'll just be kind of part of that Bucks core that can really see what they can get out of him. And with Burries as well, he's a pretty good shot creator. That's the most of his shot diet, honestly, just creating his shots. And I think he just has potential to become something very good in Milwaukee, especially if they're heading into a rebuilding era. 11, we got the Golden State Warriors. Now, Golden State, they're almost most definitely going to be still trying to win with Curry. Lord knows what they do in the offseason. I mean, I'm hearing rumors saying that they could get LeBron, which is crazy. But, hey, if we're heading that route, I feel like the Warriors are going to want the most win-now player possible. And the two I see on the board left were going to be Hans Steinbeck and Yaxel Lendenborg. Now, if you watch that Michigan championship run, I think it's no surprise I'm going Lendenborg. And he's just kind of a versatile do-it-all guy. I feel like he'll pick up very quickly in the Steve Kerr offense, Steve Kerr defensive system as well. And especially considering since Steve Kerr hates rookies, I think he'll find himself a lot of playing time. He's just that talented. His only knock is his draft age. But when you're playing in a win now environment like the Warriors, I don't think they're not gonna care about something like that. They're trying to win as soon as possible. So for those reasons alone, I think he'd be a great fit on the Warriors, and I think it'd be a great Warriors pick. Thunder, I think they might trade into the top 10. They have, if I'm right, they have 12, 17, and I think a second rounder, or they have a lot of first round picks. Y'all know how they did the Clippers. So I think they'll trade into the top 10. Maybe with LA, maybe with Brooklyn, maybe with Atlanta, even Milwaukee maybe. I feel like they'll find a way to trade up a couple picks, but I'm not doing trades in this. So if they were to stay put, I think they'd it'd be between Ament and Steinbeck, and I'm leaning more towards Ament just because of his versatility, what he has showed us. Nate Ament is more of like a developmental guy. I don't even want to say that, but there's times during his freshman year he looked amazing, looked like the 5-star recruit. Don't quote me on that Tennessee was recruiting out of high school. And there's times where, especially at the start of the year, he just started off slow and it didn't really, took him a little while to put it together before he got an ankle injury that effectively ended this year. I think for what OKC has, they not only do they have the time to develop him, but they just have roster spots. And I feel like someone like him, just kind of a do-it-all for, could really excel in OKC, and especially with how they play. And I think it's a good project pick for them if they do stay put at 12. Alright, at 13, we got the Miami Heat. If they do pick here, I think they're going to go with Hans Steinbeck. And I know LeBaron Phelan, he's still on the board. Kareem Lopez is still on the board. I think even Cole P is on the board. I feel like they might slide. Steinbeck is a solid center, an amazing rebounder, and especially to someone, I know they have Kel'el Ware, who's an amazing rebounder, but no matter what they do this offseason, I don't know. I'm a little confused on the Heat. But Steinbeck is a great defender, amazing offensive rebounder, It's gonna allow Bam to play the 4. If Khalil Ware is still there, it's gonna allow him to play the 4 as well. And I think I like the pick for the Heat. 14, last pick. Wow, we made it. If you made it this far, please like and subscribe. I'd appreciate that. 14, we got the Hornets going Mo Johnson from Michigan. Another versatile guy as well. Kind of like a do-it-all 4. Not like Ament, because Ament wasn't as good as Mo Johnson defensively. But I feel like he kind of fits what the Hornets need. Someone like Diabate, but kind of more explosive. He struggles with a shot, but I would not be surprised with how Charlotte shot last year that they would be able to help him find a shot again, or find a shot at the NBA level. And I think he's a great fit. I feel like he is a seamless fit, honestly, and he could probably be a potential Miles Bridges replacement down the line. Alright, if you did enjoy this video, please don't hesitate to like and subscribe. Comment down below what you think. Drop any recommendations, any video recommendations below. And yeah, man, I'll catch y'all, man. More NBA content coming for sure. College football, when that game comes out, I'm going crazy on it. But that's all I got. Peace.